People seem to really like my lineups on Lotus, so I thought that I'd figure some out for some other maps, and we're going to start today with Pearl. Here we're going to start on A defense, and we're going to get some information for mid. So we're going to run right into this corner here, and we go until we can no longer run. We're going to focus on this part of the umbrella up here. We're going to line the left side of our shock dart indicator right in that corner. We're going to do a 2-bar 0 bounce, and this is going to fly into mid and give us some really good information. It should land right on this awning, and this awning, let's see if I can get in there. There we go. From this awning, we'll be able to see into anybody who is peeking from this side of gallery. We'll be able to see people who are ready to advance from B connector. And we can also see most of site. So if they do a fast advance here and they're pushing into door or pushing into art, we'll get a lot of information there. This is going to be something that we would use to support our teammates who might be peeking from art or double doors, and they might be able to get a pick off of that early and bring the numbers to a 3v5, 4v5, something like that. All right, in our next situation, we are holding mid from art, and we don't see anybody advancing, but we do get the call from our teammates that there are enemies advancing into B from long. We want to get a support arrow to them so that they'd be able to maybe get a pick or two before we get the full rotate. And we're going to look right at this corner of the railing while standing in this corner. We will line the left side of our drone indicator right up in that corner, and we are going to do a 2-bar 0 bounce dart. This is going to fly, and it takes a little while to get here, but it will give us some really good info on long and sight. It lands right at this corner, and since it lands down there, we can see all the way down long here. There's only a small area that's occluded. We can get every piece of information from Cubby. We can also see those who have advanced onto site into back hall here, as well as most of site itself. So in a case like this, then anybody who was here on site, they can fall back either down here or up in heaven and peek off of that information and get a quick kill, bring that to a 4v5, a 3v5, something like that before the rest of the team has even rotated. All right, so here's another one for B defense. We're going to run right into this corner, and we will use this intersection right here and line that up with the top of our left bounce indicator. We'll do a 1 bounce, full charge. This is going to bounce up here, fly over here, just barely clip the top of there. This will land over here and scan all of entrance. All right, so next we're going to be holding double doors, but we want to get some information for our people that are holding on B site. So we're going to go into this corner here and use the intersection of this antenna with the bar in the background. And we're going to line that up with the right side of our bar between drone and shock dart. We're going to do a 2-bar 0 bounce. This is going to fly up here, land right on the corner of this building. And this will give us a little bit of information for people who are still ready to advance onto B, as well as all of B lobby here. So anybody who might be holding back here with an op or a vandal will get scanned, and anybody who is waiting on site will be able to take that information and potentially get a quick wallbang shot out of the top of that. All right, so this one I just came up with, and this is a God retake arrow for A if we were playing B. We're going to focus at this little intersection right here. We're going to line up the left side of the green portion of our drone indicator and do a 2-bar 0 bounce charge. We're going to fly up and over and land right here, which is going to give us information on dugout, as well as a good amount of secret. Will give us backside information, flowers, as well as art, and some of main. So it clears out a lot of those angles for us as we're running over. And the timing works out pretty well. So if we're over here and we get that call, so we're going to line that up here, and we will start running our way over to A. And Now, by the time that we're here, we will have information on a lot of those angles. All right, so this is my first ever flex shock dart lineup that I've ever done, so I'm kind of proud of this one. So we're going to use the left of the center bar to use this lineup, and we're going to line, first of all, right here, the bottom of the bright part of this, right under where it intersects with the bar in the background. And then we're going to pull down and shoot our second one so that it lines up right here. So we will first start with a full charge right here.
Revealing area.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Scanning ahead.
And then we will shoot our second. That's going to be a 2-bar. And right there, we've got a very, very flex lineup here. So that's something that obviously you can't work off of sound for that, but if you know that they're pushing B and you want to try and just catch them off guard and get a WTF moment, that's how you do it. All right, here's another real stupid flex double shock dart from A to B default. This is going to be the second default right here that we'll hit. So our first thing that we're going to look for is this little gap here. If we stand in this corner, we're going to line up our recon bolt indicator right there, right in the middle of there. And we're going to pull down, and then we will line our second dart up with the top corner of this brick. And that is going to line up with the bottom left HUD indicator. So let's try that. I got to practice this still, but we're getting a little bit better. So right here, this is going to be a full charge. Pull down, 2 bounce and 2 charge. And that should do it. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so here we are with flex lineup number 2. We're going to hit a default from B. We're going to go into this corner. We're going to use that right there and use the flare on our HUD indicator right up there. This. And then we're going to pull down and then use the left side of our bar between drone and shock dart right at the bottom of this D. So it's going to look like this. We're going to do a full charge.
Revealing
Going to
area.
wait just a second as we pull down. And we will do our next one, a 2-bar.
Revealing area.
These are going to both fly up and over and land right here on default. Again, this is one that we would not be able to use based off of sound, but if we hear that they're coming A and you want to do a little bit of a flex, it's not a bad one. All right, let's turn things around here and say that we're attacking and we want to get some good info on site. First thing that we're going to do is take a look at a great arrow for B advancement. It's going to land in the same place as one of our darts did previously on defense. So before the round starts, we can line ourselves right up into this corner here until we can no longer move. We're going to focus on the corner of this window right here, and we're going to line up the left side of our drone indicator right in there. And we're going to do a 2-bar 0 bounce. This is going to fly and land pretty much where a defense arrow did for retake. So that puts it right at this corner, which once again will scan anybody who is advanced up here towards sign. A lot of information backside here, people peeking right out of here, as well as all of sight. All right, so here we have another attack arrow for B. This is going to give us information for anybody peeking back here, as well as anybody throughout all of Hall. So we're going to back right up into this corner, focus right at this intersection, line the top of our shock dart indicator right there, do a 1-bar 2 bounce. This is going to fly over, it will land right down here, and it should be able to clear out all of Hall, as well as anybody who is peeking from mid or behind this signpost right here. All right, so if we want to clear out doors, we can run right into this corner. We're going to focus on this little intersection and just aim right there. We will do a 1 bounce and 2-bar.
Scanning ahead.
This is going to fly up and over and land right in this corner here, so it will clear a lot of long as well as anybody who might be peeking from doors. So finally, we're going to get 2 arrows for a attack. We're going to give you 2 because that gives you some variance, and both of them reveal slightly different parts of sight. So first, we go right into this corner. We're going to line up this shingle with the top of the wall, like so. And we will put the bottom left HUD line right in there and do a 1 bar 0 bounce charge. This is going to fly up and over and land right at this corner, which will give us info into people peeking from art, as well as anybody who is hiding in cubby, a lot of back-sight, and some of secret here as well. All right, and for our final arrow, we're going to get another A attack dart. We're going to go right into this corner, and we are going to use the light part of this bar to line up, as well as the shadowy part of this. So we will line up our HUD indicator so that the health bar is right along that light part of the bar. And then we also have that tip right next to that shadow. We're going to move just a little bit to the left, and then we will do a 1 bar 0 bounce. This is going to fly up and over. It will land right at this corner here, which gives us a lot of info on site. This one's a little bit different because it does scan into dugout here. It gives us a lot of information on secret as well as backside, flowers, and art. The only deficiency here is that we are not getting information on cubby. So at that point, if we don't see anybody, we've essentially just got 1 angle to clear, and I think that's pretty cool. So I just came up with these, and I'm really excited to try these out. I think that this was pretty fun to do, and I want to see how these work in actual games. Maybe I'll get some games out there where we can actually put these into practice and see how well they work for our team. Anyway, thanks for joining, and we will see you again soon. Bye.